Hello guys, I'm Tony, welcome back to the channel. Today is a very exciting day as I'm gonna be test riding a very special for me motorcycle brand which I have never before, and finally the day came that I'm gonna be doing this. Of course you're gonna see this a little bit later on the video. Now I'm heading to the store where the bike is waiting, and I'm going with my beautiful RSV4, that serious beast. So keep watching and you're gonna see the bike a little bit later. Before the test ride, of course, I have to stop to one of my favorite places called Boamara to have my coffee and breakfast. So guys, look at this. Without my coffee and my breakfast, there is no way for me to test ride. Here is a really nice place I have been visiting for many years. So if you want good coffee and something nice to eat, it's called Cafe Boamara. You can visit and try. After here I'm heading to the test ride, of course. Here I am already in front of the store. I'm just gonna get inside in a second to pick up the bike, which is gonna be the 2024 Ducati Street V4S, which is something amazing. I have been waiting long time to test ride Ducati, and for me it's gonna be, again as I said, very good experience, because I have never ridden Ducati and I almost had all the motorcycles. This way I will be able to give an honest review and to make the difference between all the bikes and see what the Ducati gives you more or less than any other bike. And here is a good time to say that this time the bike obviously is not gonna be mine, and the bike is provided by the best and the biggest motorcycle store in tri-state area, I would even say in America, and the store is called Motorcycle Mall. So if you really want to have a professional experience with service or sales representative, this is definitely the place to go. I'll leave link in the description so you can take a look, and of course you can always visit even just to look around and speak about bikes. So the guys, they understand a lot from motorcycles, so definitely you're gonna have experience. Now let's get to the bike. And here it is, Ducati Street Fighter V4S, black matte cover with grey, beautiful machine. Of course, Marchesini wheels, all-in suspension, brand new brakes, all-in, same active suspension in the rear too. And let's go to see how it handles. Now this is very good thing to hear. This is Mr. Sanju, one of the sales representatives to the Motorcycle Mall. Now he's gonna show how the bike works, let's say in neutral, in 2 cylinders, when he change on the gear. Go on, Sanju. You can hear how the engine change with 4 cylinders already, which is really amazing. And I just finished with the test ride of the Street Fighter V4S, and here I'm really very surprised with this bike and very impressed, because as I mentioned already, that's the first time I'm riding Ducati, and there are many things that I noticed and I like a lot. So the first thing is the bike is very light. It feels very light. So basically when I sit on the bike, I feel like I'm with the bicycle. I feel nothing under me, and at the same time all this power is just amazing. Also a lot of different things when you start with the quick shifter, like the quick shifter is very fast. up and down, even if I'm with lower RPM, it shifts very fast, especially the up. If we have to compare the Ducati with the Aprilia, the quick shifter on the Aprilia is way slower. At least that's how I feel. When I ride it, when I hit on the Aprilia up, you can feel like one pulling just a little bit, versus on the Ducati, you don't. It's really very fast. Also the throttle response. The throttle response on the Ducati, definitely I like more, 100%. And what I like more is like, even if you touch it a little bit on the Ducati, you can feel the response right away. Versus on the Aprilia, I have one slowness on the throttle, or at least that's how I feel. Another thing I like on the Ducati a lot is the engine work. It's just very, very, very smooth engine. Well, it's just amazing. And here, for those who are between the street fighter like naked bike and the sport bike, you have a lot to consider. Maybe better to test ride, because if you are talking for the Ducati Street Fighter, this is basically sport bike, which is good for sport riding and at the same time for everyday riding, because first it has all the electronics that you really need for a race bike. When you start with Brembo brakes, only suspensions, Marchesini wheels, which are the lightweight wheels, all the possible electronics I even have on the RS4. The power is 208 horsepower, which is very close to the one I have on the Aprilia. And at the same time, it's a straight riding position. So if you want, let's say, to ride it for everyday riding, or go to somewhere the weekends in the mountains, and at the same time, if you want to go to the racetrack, you basically pay the money and you have one bike for all. So it doesn't matter what kind of a riding style you want to have, you can do it with the Street Fighter, which is really amazing. I personally wouldn't buy only one bike, the Street Fighter as a one bike. I would of course go with the Panigale, because I mostly like sport, like race bikes. But definitely, if you want to buy only one bike and you want it for everyday riding, then definitely the Street Fighter is an amazing bike. I'm very, very impressed with everything on this bike. The only one thing I can say I didn't like too much, and probably because I was with very low speed, because it's a brand new bike and I cannot really push to the limits, was a little bit, I can feel it's like moving when I ride, and probably that's because of the first lower speed, and also it's naked bike, so it's normal a little bit to feel, you know, a little bit moving. But I guess with the higher speed and a different riding way, it should be okay. But overall, riding first time Ducati was just very, very, very a good feeling. Definitely, it's an amazing bike to ride. And I imagine now the new one, the Panigale, which is coming now, the V4S, that's gonna be already a race machine for sure. So thank you guys for watching the video. If you have any questions about the Street Fighter, if you want to ask something more, you can always comment below and I'll tell you a few more things. So again, thank you for watching. See you in the next video.